The world has a debt problem to the tune of $313 trillion. It's a new record and more than $100 trillion higher than it was just 10 years ago, according to the Institute of International Finance. The top contributors of a spike at the end of last year that brought the total over the $300 trillion mark: France, Germany, and the United States, which as of this week is $34.3 trillion in debt.
We have to resolve the fiscal situation, which is doing real damage to both our economy and our national security.
With higher taxes, experts say, or raising the retirement age.
What is the next generation and the next generation and the next generation going to have to pay for?
On the other side of the globe, in China, home to the second largest economy in the world, the debt to GDP ratio just hit a new record, carrying a debt load almost 3 times the size of its economy. A common source of pain everywhere is the sting of high interest rates as central banks around the world fight inflation.
We have to it's our job, it's what society has asked us to do, is to get inflation down.
Growth could be lower if the effects of monetary policy turn out stronger than expected.
Both the UK and Japan recently slipped into recession. Some nations in sub-Saharan Africa spend more than 7.5% of GDP on interest payments alone, more than they spend on healthcare and education.
It crowds out the ability of those governments to be able to put money to work for human capital, for climate, for infrastructure, for the things they need to put their country onto the right pathway.
Newly released details from the Federal Reserve's latest meeting show there are more Fed officials who are worried about cutting interest rates too soon and risking a spike in inflation than there are those who are worried about the damage of keeping rates high for too long. In Washington, I'm Atrel Nashar.